everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Pegasus Swift, and in today's video we're going to cover some ways to help you improve your life and make you happier and healthier, etc. So I made a list this time because I just watched Anya Taylor-Joy's video, the British Vogue one, where she was like, "What's in my bag?" and she was speaking Spanish the whole time, but she says that she writes in a journal and she carries it with her everywhere she goes. So that is what my number one step is to start writing and journaling and really like putting your thoughts somewhere other than your head. So I got this beautiful little notebook. I got it from Walmart. It just has notes on it, and I actually started a while ago and I quit, and I think that was kind of a mistake, was to quit doing it. But I opened it up today after watching that video, and I was reading some of my old entries, and I was like, wow, my life has really changed since I put these old entries in. Like, you can definitely tell that there was like kind of a sadness there when I was writing these old entries, and like now, like, it was just really cool to look back at it and see how much like things have changed for me. I mean, not just like mentally, but also like my physical appearance has changed a lot since then. I'm on Mounjaro and I've been losing weight, and I mean, it's difficult to think about when you live in it every day because you don't see that progress per se. But like when I looked back at that and I saw, you know, how much I weighed back then and how much I weigh now, like just the mental space that I was in back then when I first started, like it's just crazy to see how far I've come. And it kind of made me realize that like, yeah, like I am making progress. Like, even though I don't see the small changes every single day, you know, looking back 4 months ago, like a lot has changed. Let's get into number 2 now. Create a skincare routine. So skincare is really important because it's like the first thing that people see about you, and you want to feel good about how your skin looks and also about how it feels. I love skincare. I've been getting into it recently really hardcore. I've got several products. Like, I should just do a whole video on skincare because I've got so many different things that I use. I will say though, like my skin has improved so much. Like, thankfully, because in high school I had really bad acne. I remember I was a freshman, I would get bullied all the time because I had such like horrible acne, and it was kind of like all my other family members had been through that too, so it was kind of genetic for me. I got on a acne control medication, and it honestly, it fixed my skin a lot, but it left me with some other issues too, like dryness, you know, flakiness. Like my face, and especially my T-zone, would flake, and like huge chunks of my skin would come off, and it was just so embarrassing. And back then I had no idea about skincare, like, you know, just throw some lotion on your face, like hand lotion. But anyways, now I've gotten so deep into skincare, and I read the ingredients, I read the reviews, I check to see, you know, what will happen with my face if I use a specific ingredient. And that has helped me feel more confident about myself because, you know, I rarely get pimples now. I rarely have where my skin will flake off anymore, except if I'm super dry and I'm not doing my skincare routine. But that has also helped my mental health a lot, is taking care of myself. Okay, number 3. This kind of ties into number 1 a little bit with the writing things down and journaling a little bit, because I have also got a section in my notes of things I want to do with my life, things I want, like where I want to be, and then also like how I would get there, when I would get there, and all those things. And also, I would say write it in pen because that kind of like sets it in stone, like to say, you know. But yeah, be more organized and focused. So this isn't going to happen overnight. Like, you're not just going to be like, oh, I'm going to be more organized and focused. No, you're going to have to really like sit there and think about, you know, what you want and create routines. Like, for example, if you get something out to eat, don't leave the ingredients out. Put them back after you've made your food, you know, and that will keep your space clean, and it'll make you feel better because you're in a clean environment. Also, like, if you try on a bunch of clothes and you're not finding any outfits that you like, don't just leave the clothes on your bed or on the floor or anything like that. Hang them back up and put them back in your closet, and that way it'll be ready for you to try it on next time and your room isn't left a mess, because then it'll just like start getting bigger and bigger, and then like you're finally like, oh my god, I had to clean my room, like I can't even walk in here anymore. So if you do little things like that, just like keep yourself organized and focused, and like you can make a game out of it, because I know it can be hard to think like this when you're in a certain mindset, or you're in a certain like space or whatever. You know, it can be hard to really think about that. So just create like a little game with yourself. Like if I pick up all my clothes in my room, then I can, you know, scroll through TikTok for 30 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, you know? Like, you kind of have to set boundaries with yourself and give yourself rewards for doing something. Like, don't just indulge in the rewards all the time for not doing anything, because then that creates a negative space for you, because you are no longer enjoying the reward because you just get it all the time. And then also you're still living in a negative environment that's messy, and, you know, just like those types of things. Yeah. So just try to really write out what you want, write out how you can get there, and then start implementing that into your life. And like, you'll start to see changes, especially if you're keeping up with it. Like, you'll see a month from now how different your life is if you start doing these things. Number 4, this one I struggle with because I just don't like it as much, but I'm starting to like it more. Number 4 is read books. I mean, you can read any type of book. It doesn't have to be like a learning book or something like that. You can just like, it gives your mind an escape where it's not a screen or like a TV or anything like that. This will create like, in your mind is also, it's working while you're reading, because you're reading and you're taking things in and you're creating imagery in your head while you're reading about the things that you're reading about. This is important, because when you consume media like how we consume it nowadays, like with TikTok, Instagram, all the social media apps, you're not having to imagine or use your brain as much as you would with a book, because you see it right in front of you. Like, it's all right there. You don't have to like think about anything. So reading books is really important. And it's also just like a great escape, you know, like it's just a great escape from TikTok, from, you know, anything that's going on in your life. It's just like, and also if you want to learn something, I mean, books are still a great way to consume like knowledge and stuff. So a book that will help you, like, there's like so many self-help books. There are so many books about like, I mean, there's books about everything. So, I mean, just get yourself a book, get yourself a couple of books, because I feel like once you start, you're not gonna be able to stop. But number 4, read more books. Okay, number 5, get more sun and exercise. So wear your sunscreen, of course, when you go outside, but going outside is so important because you are breathing in fresh air, you're getting nature, and you're getting vitamin D from the sun. So vitamin D is actually what helps you sleep, and if you're not sleeping properly, like, you're gonna be in a negative space, because your brain and your body's not getting time to shut down and fix itself like while you're sleeping. And when you're exercising, you know what Elwood says, like, happy people just don't murder their husbands. But no, for real, like, when you're exercising, it releases endorphins. It also releases stress, and it makes your body get into a more, like, sometimes if you're having trouble sleeping, it's because you're not exerting enough energy throughout the day, and you can release energy through exercise. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, don't like lift 350 pounds on a squat rack, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could go outside and walk for 30 minutes and like listen to your favorite music, and like, or if you have a dog, like, take your dog out and like walk him with you. I mean, you could eventually start working your way up to like go for a run, or, you know, instead of like driving somewhere, if you live close to somewhere that you go, like to the coffee shop or something, like walk there instead of driving there, and then get yourself more exercise. Those things will that will really help your mental like improvement, because it'll also help with some things on your body too, because like you'll start sweating out more like toxicity in your body, and you'll get more vitamin D from the sun. It'll just make overall improve your health. Number 6, learn to not think about perfection, because perfection is something that I don't think we should strive for. I think we should strive to be the best version of ourselves. Perfect doesn't, just get that out of your head. Like, perfect doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may look at someone and be like, oh my God, they're perfect, but you really don't know what is going on in their lives. So there is always a healthy way to set goals. Like, you could look at someone and be like, I want to be more like them. I don't want to be them. I want to be more like them. And then you take the healthy examples from them. Like, if someone you're jealous of someone's skin, you'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to start getting into skincare and really taking care of my skin, but don't compare yourself to them in a negative way. They have great skin, so that motivates me to have good skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just an example. Like, if they have good style, like, get yourself a Pinterest and like start getting together outfits and, you know, things like that. Or just don't think of them as perfect. And don't try to put yourself in a perfect light too, because it'll eventually just make you crash and burn, because it's unattainable, because it's not like real. It's not like something that you can really achieve. Being real with yourself, like just really getting real and down and dirty with yourself, will really help you be happy and like be free, because you've started to manage your expectations of what life really is. I don't want to get too deep right now, but not me doing all this because of an Anya Taylor-Joy video, but for real, like, just forget about perfection and just strive for what your best is. You know what I'm saying? Like, set that goal for yourself. Like, what is your best? And here's the last one. It's number 7. Focus on how to be positive. You can be in a really bad situation and still find some way to be positive about it. And that will help you out of that situation quicker to be positive. You can always spin it in a negative way. I mean, you can always just find something to be negative about, and that's the direction that you'll take your life, is in a negative way. Or if you're, like, say you're in a really bad job. I'm not saying stay at that job, but get yourself a job before you quit that job so you're not like in a bad situation. You can find ways to be positive. Like, for example, you can find ways, like, my job, it sucks right now, but I can manage because it gives me the opportunity to go to Taylor Swift concerts, or it gives me the opportunity to have a nice apartment or anything like that. I'm not saying give up your mental health for a job, but I'm saying it will help your mental health if you find ways to be positive in life situations. And it's not always going to be easy, and it's not always going to be the first thing that you're going to think about, but just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, if you're thinking negative things, like, how can I spin this to be positive? And that will really help you, like, go in a positive direction. That's my list of ways to improve your life. I just really think that journaling or writing is a really great place to start, because you can really start to see your progress, and you can write down bad things. You can write down good things. You can write down, like, normal things. Like, today I got an iced coffee. Like, you know, this will really help you keep, like, track of your life, so that way you can see where you're progressing, where you're not progressing, what things you want to change, what things you want to keep the same. And it'll just, like, it'll really help. Also, create a vision board. I'm not kidding. Like, there's no magic or anything like that. But, I mean, you know, like, the magic that you create. But it is, like, it keeps all your thoughts and all your goals organized. And, like, you see it every single day. So when you see those things every single day, you're thinking about them. You're thinking about opportunities. You're thinking about ways to get the things that you want, you know, instead of focusing on short term or something that is a distraction. You're going to focus on those things that you want. That got deep for a second there, but thank you guys for watching, and I really hope that you guys just, like, can become happy, because that is really what the goal is in life, is to just be happy with yourself, be happy with your surroundings and everything. And I mean, if you don't love it, change it, you know? Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone has a good day. Bye!